Here at Musings by Danon, we like to give commander decks as presents to our family members. Today is my stepdaughter's birthday. She is an avid commander player and already owns several decks. We discussed it a couple weeks ago and she told me that the next deck she wanted was a mono-black deck with God Eternal Bontu as the commander. So we built the deck for her birthday. So let's take a look at the commander and see what kind of deck we ended up with. God Eternal Bontu is a 5-mana, 5/6 legendary zombie god with menace. She also has an enter the battlefield trigger that lets you sack any number of permanents, then draw that many cards. Though not indestructible like many other gods, when she dies you can put her into your library third from the top. So what does that mean for our deck building strategy? We want permanents that we can sacrifice for value, and we want lots of permanents so we can draw lots of cards. So we need token generators. Aristocrat payoffs would also be a good thing, as well as a little bit of graveyard recursion. And just in case God Eternal Bontu gets shuffled somewhere into our library, we need some alternative win cons. Before we get started, let's keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden eye win card. So as an Aristocrats deck, we need 3 things: creatures to sacrifice, Aristocrat payoffs, and sacrifice outlets. Our commander fills that third role nicely, but we don't want to be reliant on one card, so we're also running Woestrider, Viscera Seer, Bontu the Glorified, Ghoul-Caller Gisa, and Ashnod's Altar. Ghoul-Caller Gisa is not only a great sack outlet, she also creates more creatures for us to sacrifice, and Ashnod's Altar is part of our optional win conditions. Next for our payoffs, we have Bastion of Remembrance, Zulaport Cutthroat, Blood Artist, Sir Conrad the Grim, and Vindictive Vampire as our traditional damage our opponents when a creature dies aristocrats. But we're also running Pitiless Plunderer for additional ramp, Grim Harsapex and Aya First of Lochthwain for additional card draw, and the Meathook Massacre for a board wipe that is also a win con. Finally, a Bolas's Citadel, which in my opinion is one of the best black cards printed in the last few years. Now, to go along with the already mentioned Ghoul-Caller Gisa, we need cards that create token creatures for us to sacrifice. To start, we have Oketra's Monument, Ophiomancer, Endrixar Master Breeder, Liliana Death's Majesty, Army of the Damned, Zat's Will, which also serves as our first piece of graveyard hate, Rise of the Dreadmarn, Grave Titan, and Endless Ranks of the Dead. I went ahead and threw in a Death Baron so that our zombies could attack favorably if needed, as well as a Grey Merchant of Asphodel as a possible win con. Since we're going to be sacrificing so many creatures, I started off our interaction package with a Grave Pact, and then added the Eldest Reborn. Continuing with interaction, we have a Fleshbag Marauder, Infernal Grasp, Baleful Mastery, Feed the Swarm, Soul Shatter, and a Finale of Eternity, which also serves as a possible win con. With our opponents sacrificing so many creatures, I also went ahead and added a Tergrid God of Fright, just to be mean. Our second board wipe is Damnation, but we're also running Torment of Hailfire as either a win con or a possible board wipe. Our card advantage package goes well with all of our sacrificing. To start, we've got Victimize, Sidisi Undead Vizier, Midnight Reaper, Village Rites, and Deadly Dispute. For more traditional black card draw, I've included Phyrexian Arena, Greed, Dread Presence, Sign in Blood, Read the Bones, and Siphon Mind. Finally, as graveyard recursion, I've added Phyrexian Reclamation and Thrilling Encore. Now, we're drawing a lot of cards, so we'll want a lot of mana to cast them. For mana rocks, we've got the already mentioned Ashnod's Altar, as well as Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Worn Power Stone, Nyx Lotus, Mind Stone, and Thought Vessel. We also have some cost reducers in Bontu's Monument and Jet Medallion. Solemn Simulacrum is perfect for an Aristocrats deck, especially one with graveyard recursion. And we're also running some mana doublers in Cryptcast and Caged Sun. Finally, Black Market creates an insane amount of mana for this deck, enabling us to cast our win cons with ease. For lands, we've got Bojuka Bog as our second piece of graveyard hate, a Reliquary Tower as our second card to let us have no maximum hand size, War Room for additional card draw, Westvale Abbey for additional sacrifice shenanigans, and for fun, along with a Cabal Stronghold and a Cabal Coffers to generate tons of mana, and 31 Swamps. So let's take a look at our deck and see how it compares to our checklist. 51 mana sources, a little high, but that's okay. 15 pieces of card advantage, again a little high, but we need it in this deck. 8 pieces of interaction, right on track, 3 board wipes, right where we want to be, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 3 sudden I win cards. So all in all, a fun deck that I'm sure my stepdaughter will love playing. It's not a budget deck by any means, but that's okay. I promise my video for next week will be a budget build. But for the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. Please like and subscribe for more content. I post new Commander videos every Monday, or you can click here for more Commander content. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Dana.